Hey everyone and welcome to a new video. I haven't made a video in like ages and I want to make one now. Okay, so in the past week or so I've been looking at my life and trying to analyze what is limiting me and why am I not feeling so content and happy, and I found that I was not being myself, and that was because I wasn't really confident in myself and because I was told that me as a person, like my qualities, my superpowers, my the things that I'm good at are not what society needs and are not what is like eligible to put you through success, and that's bullshit. And that's bullshit for everyone. Everyone has something to contribute. Everyone has something unique. Everyone has something that others can do, and yeah, that can be like watered down to a personality type, but it's like true, and like even more true on an individual level. And since this channel is about personality type, I thought I'd make a video about it, like encouraging each and every type to follow what they are best at doing, since that's their like talent. And yeah, okay, so just like a brief intro, I'm an ENFP, and okay, so I'm gonna start with my kind, NFPs. Us NFPs have the ability to see like that little like mechanical thing that that's like in a big old clock that is not ticking well, and we have the ability to see that little thing that is wrong with society that no one notices and that everyone is glossing over, and that thing, we can be passionate about it, and once we are passionate about something, we can access our ooh, notification. Okay, we can access like our lower abilities of getting shit done, like our SDJ shadow. So don't be afraid to go after that stupid little teeny tiny thing that no one is seeing and no one is agreeing with you upon on, but you know it's there. You know, your FI and NE knows how this little like value that is like slipped very carefully into our system is affecting everything, and how it can affect all of us. You have, and we I okay, we have that vision of, yeah, that little thing is so messed up, even though it's like harmless to look at, like from afar. It's so messed up, and it's causing a lot of the troubles that we're trying to reason with, and like, yeah, this problem is because we're short of, like, for example, like this country is like fucked. Okay, so why is this country fucked? Okay, so the T's were like the thinkers would say, oh, it's because of the economy, and it's because like people are not like satisfied with their financial like these reasons that are bullshit sometimes. Okay, so moving on to our neighbors, our NFJs. Okay, so NFJs have the rage and like passion when they see stuff, like they're similar to NFPs. We're both like idealists, and they see what's going on. They see how people are. They see what society is, and they see how that is like like completely wrong. Like all of society is like not doing well. Is like should be changed. Like they get the FE of everything that's going around, but their NI is like coming up with all of these like, oh no, this is not right. This is not like optimal. This is not like the perfect reality, the utopia that we could be living in. Even though it's the reality of FE, it's not necessarily the reality of NI. And so you can have like this vision of how you can influence what you see now as accepted and change it in a very, very, very smooth way into being like the what should be, and how perfect the world can be. So that's NFJs. Yeah, and your extroverted sensing is really fucking cool as that. Okay, so the NTJs. Okay, the true CEOs of the world. The NTJs, the masterminds. Okay, I'm rambling because I'm trying to think of what to say. Okay, so the NTJs. You were born to make the world easier. You were born to make the world like the let's call it like the functional, make the world function better and function more efficiently. You have that TE and you have that NI, and you're not an STJ, so you won't take the world's bullshit as what it is and you have to move forward from it. No, you have the TE that you're gonna see what's the world is like you know, how the systems are going, and then you can also apply, similar to NFJs, your NI to like invent what is normal, reinvent what is logical, reinvent the rules. You can rebel on the rules, just like NFJs can rebel on society and can rebel on what is like a valuable or like, you know, accepted, in a way that you're not doing it for yourself. You're not doing it just through the perspective of yourself. You're doing it so you can regulate the external world through that TE, and that can make what your vision so very like life altering, like um, maybe to a very large group of people. So yeah, don't be afraid to use that NIT combo, because you were born with it and you're freaking amazing at it. And I kind of want to be you sometime, maybe. Okay. And okay, so that leads us to NTPs, our fellow NPs. You people. Okay, so you refine each and every idea that you come across. You don't take anything for granted. So similar to NTJs, you will also like be focused more on the, you know, the logical world, like what's going on, but you won't see it like, okay, so how can I make everything that's working for everyone? You're gonna see it like, okay, so you're telling me that I need to do this and this in order to achieve that, but I don't see that. I'm not seeing how true what you're offering me is, even though it's efficient, even though it's like, you know, it goes with the flow. It's part of the system that's enforced by TJs, like by TE. Okay, it's a system, it's like a cohesive system, but it's not right. This should be corrected. This shouldn't be right. And you and NTJs work exceptionally well, because NTJs look at like the building that they want to build, the TE building, and you like come up with these TI bricks that you can put there, and they're very refined, and they're very like non-biased towards introverted feeling or towards extroverted thinking, which introverted feeling can be like, oh, this is my idea, oh, I want this idea to be to work like the foolish FI, and not to go too much into, I need everyone to be on board with this, I need everyone to understand this, I need everyone to be blah 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 blah. Those are valid, those are very valid, but you have to make sure that the idea in itself is correct. You know, you don't want to like build your whole building on something that's so fragile, and your NE can like detect those in like milliseconds, because your brain is way too fucking fast, just like ENFPs, but like on another territory. And that concludes intuitives, and so we can move on now to sensors. Sensors are extremely underrated, you know, by like the MBTI community, but are like overrated by society, to be honest, and especially SPs. Okay, but I feel, so I'm gonna start with my shadows. I'm gonna start with STJs. I fucking love STJs because they're the ones you can count on to make the world work, not to visualize the world as working, but to make it work. They're the ones that without, if we didn't have STJs, I mean, like I can like, okay, I can, okay, so here's the thing. I'm just like, this is like a small you know, I don't know what to call it. Okay, so small like segment. Why is there more sensors than intuitives? The question is simply because we need sensors more than intuitives. Because the world can function the same way it is, but it can't function without actually functioning, if that makes sense. Sensors are live in this like real sensory world more often than intuitives. And so they want this world to work. They want this world to work in itself, not to like. And I'm not like saying that they can't be like innovative. I'm saying that that's what they lean towards more. They want the world to work. They want the world to be like no, actually working. And so like in a comparison between STJs and NTJs, STJs will take that vision, whatever vision, that new vision that the NTJs have planned, and they will make sure that that vision is executed in the best way possible, like with the resources that we have. And I don't think that we can, well, we can argue that living in a world of NTJs is better than living in a world with purely STJs, like purely NTJs versus purely STJs, because the NTJs have the vision, have the reasons, have the systems, have all of the data, but they don't have the same application force that the STJs have, because they simply do not live in the same world sometimes. So yeah, I think we would all agree that living in a world that's at least consistent is far better than living in a world that is so innovative all the time but doesn't get anything done for the most part. So SDJs are the ones that make sure that this concept that you have will make sense to the majority of people, will be easy to the majority of people, will be efficient to the majority of people. They will make sure that it is, not that it is in our minds, in their minds at least. So yeah, don't like be discouraged when people call you boring or like I don't know, like not close-minded, but like the one that shows up to work every day and blah blah blah. Someone needs to, and not everyone can. That's the very okay. So that's another thing. When someone else can't do what you do, they're gonna put you down for it. So if you can live a life that's fulfilled through regulating the like I would say that the not the boring, but like the boring things, well, that's something that you can do and that you are happy with and that the world actually needs. So why the fuck should you feel like less of a person about it if it's like boring or like not really fun to talk about? So that's bullshit in my eyes. And yeah, I think ESTJs are freaking amazing. Not ESTJs. ESTJs and ISTJs, but I like ISTJs more. Oh wow, I'm really tired and I'm like, yeah, NFP all over the place. Okay, so yeah, that, let's see. STPs, the ones that I understand the most, unfortunately, and the ones that I come across the least in my life. But the ones that are the opposite of me, so they like catch my eye. Okay, so ESTPs, I believe, like, even in the Enneagram, I'm not sure if it is, but, I believe Enneagram 8 is the challenger. I believe that each and every STP is a challenger, because my god, can they knock down, they have that shadow NFJ in them, so they can knock down those like rules in not a very like debating way, but like, okay, so you think I shouldn't break this rule? Okay, so here I broke it. Why shouldn't I? They wouldn't like debate breaking the rule. That's like bullshit to them, but they will actually break it and they will actually rebel on that freaking idea. Unlike NTPs, who would like, okay, I'm just gonna talk to you about it. I don't really care that much about like how it's applied in the real life, but I just want you to get like the thought of it. Whereas ESTPs and ISTPs will like, no, I don't care about how it is in your mind. I care about the SE. I care about what is actually going on. So okay, fuck you. I broke your freaking law that I don't believe is true. What are you gonna do about it? Why shouldn't I? How are you gonna fix it? How foolproof is your system to begin with. And why shouldn't I follow? Should I follow this if it isn't foolproof? So yeah, they are very rebellious and very like challenging to the world. And I believe without ESTPs, I keep saying ESTPs and I mean XTPs, XSTPs like STPs. Okay. Without STPs and ENTPs like side by side, the world will be like in a constant state of not refinement, if that makes sense. Like it's the logical world will not be refined as much as it could be without STPs and NTPs. And yeah, I think I made my point, maybe. Okay, I don't know. And then we come to SFPs. The ISFPs and the SFPs, our neighbors, are the ones that I really dearly love and I'm like best friends with. Um, you people have, just like we looked through that little thing, little value that society is glossing over, you look into that really tiny, small, beautiful thing that can be like, made this huge, I would say like, um, business, maybe? Or like something for yourself, or like art, or whatever. You see that small little um, SE, and you know that it's beautiful and that it's like beneficial, TE and FI, and that it's like so needed and so like it fits, and no one is looking at it. And there comes my weakest like my biggest insecurity, that is SE. And I don't see those little things. I don't see those like special sensory things that can be like they're so small and they're so special, so you can take them and like have an original like I would say view, or like I don't know how to put this, but I'm gonna try. SFPs are like the entertainers, and that is because they have something special about them, and that special thing is that sensory thing that's like music or art or acting, or like the thing that you're present in, like your style in life. So okay, so if life is life, it's SE, and your FI is your style, you are taking the special thing of life, of real life, not of like concepts or whatever, of real life, and that can appeal to so many people because it's life. Even like intuitives, they live in the real life eventually, and you can, once you take that, you can like turn into your NTJ shadow and make a shit ton of like, I would say, changes to reality. Like find that beautiful thing and then make it fit into everyone's life. Like FI, SIFI, and TE, I believe like those are the functions, and then I believe all functions, like the NTJs and the SFPs are, they find that special thing and they make a very big thing out of it. And I would say that SFPs find more and NTJs make the big things out of. I'm sorry, I'm not like, English isn't my first language, so I may like be talking not very good, so forgive me. And then we have my bittersweet SFJs, the ones that I love the most and I hate the most. And I love SFJs, but they can get on my nerves sometimes, so I don't know why I'm saying this. But okay, so SFJs, you're the moms in our lives, and I would fucking dare anyone to say that we don't need moms. I'd fucking dare anyone to say that we don't need people who bring us together. Okay, NFJs are great. NFJs are like, they like preach a lot. But it's the SFJs that make sure that we are connected, that we are close to each other, that we are one. Because we are one after all. And even though like the FPs will rebel you for that, for saying that we are one, we know deep down that we are one. We are like a huge family, and we need someone to regulate that and someone to like make that actually happen, and like make us see that our differences are so stupid, and like make peace with us, and make us see how simple life and emotions can be, and how we can like through our emotions and through our humanity connect more, and not make that like make us different from each other, but actually connect us. Okay, I've talked a lot and I'm tired. I just want to say that please do not be afraid to be who you are. Don't okay, so what I don't want to say, like, don't challenge yourself to be something else when you need to, but don't be something that you are not in favor of something that you are and you can do better. Because if everyone did what they do the best, I believe the world would be freaking fantastic. If the NFPs were like these I would say role models that are like so special and like so unique and like so innovative of who they are, the world would have so many examples to look up to, not like the regular shallow, I would say. Not everyone is shallow, like the regular shallow built image that a lot of people put up, and if NFPs do not do that. So that's for example. And in my country, for example, we are kind of ruled by SJs, and how fucking amazing would it be to have NJs like come and shake up the game and like regulate things. I appreciate SJs a lot, I do, but I feel like too much SI is very damaging and very corrupting and very like SI turns over itself. Like too much SI will lead to SI being destroyed because it wouldn't make sense anymore. If that makes sense, like SI is what does makes taking into account like all the sensory data, what is it that makes sense the most through FE or RTE? And the problem with that is too much relying on SI will result in relying on past SI and forgetting the SE, which the NJs are better at. So those are like examples of how each type can be so useful and so... Come on, let's build a society that's different, that's diverse, that... I know that a lot of the things that I said maybe are like some of I don't know some of the things that I said in this video may not be accurate, but this video is my NFP way of helping someone and being myself, and I'm not like preaching or like saying, oh yeah, I'm great or whatever. I'm saying that yeah, do whatever you think you can do, and just do it. Like it's you, and it's very important that each and everyone tries to be themselves more, because then, I mean, imagine if everyone was like the true version of themselves, how like the world would be so much more interesting and so much more diverse and so much more accepting of one another. That's very, very important. So okay, I think I finished my rant, my 24 minutes rant, and yeah, I'm gonna see you in another video. If you want a topic that, to talk about, I get a lot of ideas, but sometimes, or like 90% of the times, I don't film them because I'm scared that they are not interesting. So I had this idea now, like this video, and I said like, fuck it, I wanna film this, I wanna get it out. If it's interesting, it's interesting. If it's not, then I tried. I'm trying to, like, I want this channel to be more than it is now. So please leave your suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Didn't freeze. Okay.